Hey guys, this is Mel, and today is September 14th, 2020, and I want to talk about a new Netflix series called Julie and the Phantoms, which premiered on September 10th. And I will say that this was completely unexpected. Not only the video right now that you're watching, but just me watching the show in general, because this is a fantasy comedy series. If you guys have followed along on any part of my channel for the last 4 years, you might have gotten the gist that a lot of the content I consume is 1 hour dramas. The really dark, nitty gritty kind of stuff. So the only reason even starting to watch a little bit of sitcoms here and there is because of school, which I am in a screenwriting program. And one of my current projects is creating my own original sitcom series. But in order to do that, you have to research what kind of sitcoms are already out there. And for someone who doesn't watch a lot of sitcoms, it was kind of hard to find one that I truly vibed with long enough to want to do research about it. Luckily, I had a few, but that was the reason why Julie and the Phantoms popped up, because it was under the sitcom comedy category on Netflix. So I watched the trailer, and like I said, it's a fantasy comedy series about a teenage girl who lost her passion for music after the death of her mom, but finds that passion rejuvenated when she meets these three boys who are part of a band, but it just so happens that they've been dead for 25 years. So they decide to join a band together because the teen girl named Julie, is the only one that can see these three boys, and these three boys can only be seen by others if they all play together. So that's a little something in itself there. It's also supposed to be based off the Brazilian television series of the similar name, Julie e os Fantasmas, I think, which aired in 2011. And I will say this right off the bat, also in case it's a factor for you guys, but it's also executive produced and directed by Kenny Ortega. I didn't realize that until the credits started rolling in like the first episode, and I was like totally blown away. Just because, I mean, it was about a band, but I didn't expect how much songs would be featured, which I know it's stupid for me, but then like to find like how impactful and how live energy the songs were, and then the choreography that went with them whenever they performed. Thankfully, it's not them just bursting in a song at random moments, which is what I hate about musicals, but this served a purpose because they were in a band, the fact that they were having this passion for music, and then that's why we would get all these songs. So that's something right there in itself. So it, well, initially, what I'm going to tell you right now is just go watch it. It's like I ended up binge watching all of it yesterday. That was the 13th. There's 9 episodes, ranging between 24 and 38 minutes. So you literally could bang them out in 5 hours if you really have the time to do it. Do it. It was very easily placed and paced, I guess you can say. And I'm going to pretty much just go watch it, because like not only that, is just the chemistry of all these characters. Then you have all the songs that are really catchy, to the point that usually when I like a song, sometimes I'll go to the lyric video so I'm able to watch it with the lyrics up and everything, and I usually just disregard what was happening on screen at the time. But for these song performances, I'm finding myself, I want to see the actual film scene of the song performance, because it's not just the song that's really great, but it's also the performances of the characters and the chemistry between them, because a lot of the subtleties of their different dynamics is through their performances. So I'll give one, I guess, huge spoiler alert, guys, in the fact that I will name some songs that I thought were just pointing out why it's my huge favorite for anything. They're not listed in any particular order, literally listed on where they pop up on my tabs list right now. But was one song called Unsaid Emily, which is sang by the character Luke. And it was just, this one had me bawling my eyes out. I mean, it was just, I mean, you kind of expect it because it's about his biggest regret, and yet it was just so beautifully well done. And it's just like, I want to hear it, but then I know I'm gonna cry again, kind of a thing. But it's like, plus the way they in the show, it's not just the band playing, so it's it's like a montage to kind of express the emotions that went with him creating this song when he was originally alive. So that one was really well done. And it was just like emotionally packed right there. And then you have another song called Wake Up, which is the first song really performed in the series at the end of episode 1, and it is played by Julie on the piano. And this is essentially the first time she's playing and singing again after the death of her mom the year before. And it's just really emotionally packed. It's really driving a message. And at the very end, you see that the three phantoms were also listening in on her, and they were truly moved by her performance. And I just like that was like, oh, this just set the tone. This was just wow. So that is something there as well. Next song I would have to say is The Edge of Great. This is the performance that Julie and the Phantoms make at her house party out of her garage, kind of a thing. What I really liked about this one is just the chemistry between Julie and Luke. I mean, you kind of see the tension of where like she's trying to avoid eye contact because her best friend Flynn told her like you can't really have feelings for a ghost. You have a living guy named Nick who kind of like is showing interest in you, so you should focus on him and not on the ghost you have a crush on, kind of thing. So you see that playing out with her trying to avoid performing with Luke specifically. But then there's these two moments where it's like she can't help it, and just the way he smiles at her, and then that chemistry between them is just like, damn it. It's like, why do you have to be a ghost, kind of a thing, which I will talk about later. And then you have this, I think it's episode 2, but it's a song called Bright. This is the first time we actually see Julie full out performing with the band, and then them realizing that when they do so, everybody gets to see the phantoms as well. So it's like a huge discovery moment for all of them, which was really cool. And then just see how they vibed off of each other as well. It kind of made me wonder, well, if the crowd couldn't see the three phantoms and yet Julie is interacting with them on stage as if they can see them, it's like, what must the audience think of her like that? But that was a pretty cool upbeat song as well to check out. Another one that's perfect, and if you are a fan of Julie and Luke, this is it, and that is the perfect harmony one. What's really great though is when it was revealed in one of the virtual interviews was that Madison and Charlie, who played Julie and Luke, they actually wrote this song Perfect Harmony together, and just they did it during one of the dance practices that Julie was meant to have, and then she dreams about dancing with Luke instead of dancing with Nick, and they're performing this song. And the lyrics is just like, that's perfect. That literally sums up the relationship that is Julie and Luke. And it's just like, yes, I could feel for this. It's like, again, why does he have to be a ghost? But it just brings the drama that is gonna wreck my life at the moment. So there's that. There's another video or another song that they do called Finally Free, and it's at open mic night. And this is again when you see the chemistry between Julie and Luke again. They have this thing where they're always sharing a mic and singing together, kind of similar. Well, I mean, not really similar, but Luke and Reggie also have that thing when they share a mic at one point in their performance. But when Julie and Luke do it, it's like really chemically charged between them, and it's like everybody can see it, kind of a thing. And it's just like, yes, thank you, keep doing it. And then we do have one scene called Flying Solo. This one is particularly Julie singing to her best friend Flynn, and it's a song about her, kind of expressing the true friendship and how deep and raw it is between them, and how they're each other's person, kind of a thing, which I truly appreciate. Plus, this is also the song where Julie proves to Flynn that her bandmates are actually ghosts that can only be seen when they play together, kind of a thing. So it's like another one of those reveal moments. And then you do have the finale scene titled Stand Tall, their performance. And that one is kind of like a accumulation of all things. And I have to say, it was amazing to see each of them have their own moment in the spotlight. I mean, it was a little touch and go when Luke was last to appear, but just to see the chemistry that Julie was able to play with all three of them, and then especially to end up with Luke in their usual sharing mic moment. It was just really great. And then it was also a little more prominent that that Alex and Reggie got to do a little bit of a solo for their singing instead of being background. But it was just like like the songs that the band plays together is just so like I'm ready to play these videos all over again. And after my term that ends at the end of the week, I'm willing to go watch the 9 episodes all over again. I mean, it's that good, and usually I wouldn't watch things so soon afterwards all over again. But there's that. The characters in each one of them, I mean, I really hope there is a season 2 because there's a lot we still don't know about Reggie. There's a lot we don't know about Alex. So I'd really want to see more about that. Plus, also with the finale cliffhanger that we got, we really got to uncover what that could mean. Also, just the discovery that the bands themselves made in their final moments of the season together. That's a lot to unpack to see where that could mean for all of them together, what the new connection they have could mean as well. Also, for relationships, they do have a lot of things going for them up on screen. You'll see the ones that have actually been established or at least hinted at towards on the show. We have the whole thing set up between Julie and Nick. Then we have that conflicting with Carrie and Nick. And then we have the I guess the budding romance, because we don't know where that stands now between Alex and Willie. And then there's also the, I guess, the slow burn possibly of Julie and Luke, because again, how could they make that work when Julie is a lifer, a living, breathing being, while Luke is a ghost? So how could they make a relationship work when Nick is also a living, breathing human that Julie actually has a chance with at a relationship kind of a thing? So it'll be interesting to see how they take on that kind of scenario, I guess. I mean, oh, they have so many scenes and they're really good scenes, and then it's just, I don't know. I'm like waiting for people to write fan fiction about it, and like so far there was only 4 of them on AO3 when I checked last night. So I'm just waiting for more of the juke, as they're calling it, for Julie and Luke, to come to be written and shared, so I could get my little taste of it. So there is that. But what else? I mean, yeah, otherwise I'd say, guys, just go watch it. I mean, there's a lot I want to talk about it, but I don't really want to spoil too much into the journey of it. I mean, I talked about a lot about the songs specifically because they are available on YouTube, and if you do want to just know what the songs are about, anything I talked about, you do see it in the video itself. So it's like, if you go watch it, there's a spoiler right there. But in the journey in itself, it's a beautiful thing. It's just what they cover, what they touch upon. It's just like, it got really emotional. It's a show that really does bring comedy in its moments or in the characters' reactions and their own commentary about it. But then they do touch upon a lot of concepts of like grief, moving on, what do you do when you feel lost, music, passion, and kind of what do you do is the right thing kind of a thing. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about it otherwise than to just check it out, tell your friends, as Reggie would say, and just binge watch it. Get those metrics up so that we get a season 2. It might be a while because of the pandemic, but like, I want to see where this goes. I specifically want to know how Julie and Luke are going to keep on going, considering they're on two aspects of the life spectrum, essentially. Plus also with the cliffhanger as a whole, I don't want to mention it. I don't want to spoil it, but it's something where it's like, I'm worried. But it's not like, yeah, it's also going to be a little weird, but like, it's not it just brings more questions, that cliffhanger, for sure. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope you come back and see what I have to say about my other videos. I hope you check out Julie and the Phantom on Netflix. Give it a shot, give it a thumbs up, and then just spread the word around so we can assure a season 2 coming. And then also, if you check this video and then go check it out, and then if you want, come right back and tell me what you thought about it, or if you're also a fan of the show when you watch this, let me know what you liked about the season 1 as well. Love to hear about that. So until then, guys, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week wherever you are. Bye for now.